What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Scott in the Shop YouTube channel. As you can see, I got the K10 behind me. We're going to be working on our wiring some more today. My goal is to strip out the rest of the wiring that we have here in our engine bay, get rid of all the wiring that's underneath, everything that's going back to our fuel tank and our tail lights. That way we're prepped and ready to rock for our painless wiring harness that I showed you in the last video. Once we do that and all of our wiring's out, before I go ahead and restart wiring this, we're going to start sanding down the engine bay, spray it with some black, get it to look a little more presentable than it does right now. And we're also going to undercoat the underside. So I'm not sure what we'll get to in this video, but let's get started. Alright guys, so pretty cool. We got all the wiring out. There's still a few pieces like over here you'll see and whatnot. That all goes to like my heater core inside the truck. And I'm not exactly sure if the painless wiring harness includes that or not. So I left that. If you notice while I was underneath, I also left the fuel lines, not the fuel lines, but the wiring that goes to my fuel sending unit. That tells your fuel gauge how much gas you have in the truck. I left that because the painless instructions specifically say to leave it if your fuel gauge works. Mine did not, but when I actually pulled the gauges out, I found out that they were never connected anyways. So I left those wires in, and the painless harness gives you wires to connect to those, kind of make, splice them together. So pretty cool. We've gotten a lot of parts taken out of this truck already, which I think is pretty awesome. Kind of give you guys an overview right here. So you can see we got quite a bit. Here's our nice little rat nest now. So overall, we're making some pretty good progress. I think what we'll do next is we're going to grab some sandpaper. We'll go ahead and get started sanding all this down. Then we'll degrease it, get it all nice and clean. That way I can start throwing down my black inside my engine bay here. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap up this video. So just to kind of give a summary of what we did here, we taped off everything. Well, first off, we started sanding with 80 grit sandpaper, then we went up to a 120, then we did a 150. From there I stepped up to a 220 and then a 320, and I did a finish with a 400 grit. So that's what I did. You know, it didn't come out perfect per se, but you know, I also didn't take the time to do like a filler primer, an etching primer, and anything like that, because this Rust-Oleum is actually meant to go direct to metal, or really bond to just about anything. I've used it in the past and had really good results. So, you know, all in all, you know, for not pulling anything out of here, not taking the engine out or anything, you know, I think it came out pretty good. I think this is a project, you know, most of us could do at home ourselves. You know, it's not too intimidating. Yeah, we pulled our headlights and everything out, but we're going to swap those out anyways. So it didn't seem like a concern really. But, you know, the motor was rebuilt at some point, so I didn't see any reason to pull it out just to paint in here. Everything was fine, so we'll leave it as is. You know, I think we're off to a good start, guys. You know, next, I think we're going to work on our rust issues that we found. You know, our floor pans inside the truck, a little bit rusty. The passenger side has some holes going straight through. I already got the drop-in replacement floor pans, so I think that'll be our next video. You know, probably didn't do much talking in this one, but it was pretty straightforward. Just make sure, you know, of course with paint, it's all about the prep. That's why we sanded everything down. I could have just degreased it and pressure washed it and probably threw some paint on here and it probably would have been good enough. But I wanted this to last, you know, at least until I decide I want to upgrade motors. So I think this will do it. I think it looks good and it'll get us by for now. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you tune in for that next video where we get to cutting.